Hi, this is Dan Wittenberg. This video is associated with my website, danscalls.com, and the purpose of the video is to show you how to get the best sounds out of these long box calls that I make. I'm not putting myself out there as an expert caller. I don't do calling competitions, but a lot of guys do, and other guys have different ideas about how to call turkeys. But I do have good success calling turkeys, and I want to show you what works for me with this style of box call, and maybe shorten your learning curve a little bit. And I'll start with the yelp, and I want to show you, there's 4 things that I'd like you to know about yelping. And the first is that you want to hold this call gently with the fingertips and let it vibrate. And if you're doing it right, you will feel vibration in both handles here. Secondly, and this is important, is that the lid is loose, and you want to have the lid canted towards the box. And I'll explain what I mean by that. This is a short box call here, and typically short box calls have a screw, a spring around the screw right here, and maybe you can see that, and that is to keep this lid level in one position for consistency in calling. But these longer box calls, as designed by Neil Koss, do not have a spring around the screw, and so the lid is loose, and that's so that you can position the lid where you want it. And I tune these box calls so that they sound best when the lid is canted toward the box, and it sounds like this. If you cant it level or away from the box, it sounds different, so that's important to remember. Third thing is that I say you should keep the lid in contact with the box as you're yelping. Some guys will lift as they do their yelping, but I think it sounds better if you leave the lid in contact with the box. As you go towards the box, it makes a yelp, and when you come back, it makes a hiss. And you don't hear that hiss in real life. Keep the lid in contact with the box. And fourthly, you want to yelp at the rate that wild hens yelp. And it's about 160 to 200 yelps per minute. It's about, probably an average of 3 yelps per second, which does sound kind of fast, but that's what it is. And it's like that. And the best way to learn that rate is to listen to real hens or recordings of real hens, and you can find videos of real hens yelping right here on YouTube. And one last thing I'll also tell you about yelping is that as you make your stroke, the higher pitched yelps are out here, and as you get closer to the box with the lid, the yelps are lower pitched and more raspy. So everything I've told you so far is about yelping, but these box calls will make all the other hen sounds that you need. So I'll quickly show you some techniques for making clucks, cuts, and purrs. Clucks are best done by gently tapping the lid down onto the box, like that. Another way to do clucks is to put your thumb right here at the bottom of the opening and let the lid rest against it, and then tap the lid like that. Cutting is done similar to clucks, except that it's, of course, more excited and usually associated with yelps. Last item is purring, and what works best for me is if I rest my fingers on the call here, grasp the lid, and then just creep the lid across the soundboard. So there it is, quick and dirty. I hope these tips help you.